Hi, my name is Muhammad Hazim Irfan bin Razali, and today I will talk about book export. But the book is Araby by James Joyce. Okay, first I want to talk about its main idea. So the main idea of the Araby is dream with a reality. So what is reality? What is dream? In this story, the dream is when boy idolize that bazaar is magical and the lovely destination. But in reality, when the boy arrives, the bazaar is very dark, closing, and it is very disappointing to him. So personally, I think the story is very related to me. Like if we want something, but only to find it unbelievable. So lastly for the main idea is the theme. So the theme is very universal and it will link personally in our daily life. Next is I want to talk about the topic. So what is story about? So the Araby is about the boy that secretly admired his sister, Magdan's sister. Once she mentioned the bazaar called the Araby, so she vowed to her that she want to bring gift to her from the Araby. When the day arrived, she anxiously waiting for his uncle to return, but the uncle returned late. So when he go to the bazaar is nearly closed and dark. And for me, the plot is very clear. I like how the author explained how nervous the boy and anticipantly waiting for with depth, and I like how the gentle and caring is Morgan's sister to her and her brother. And next is I like how the author explained the old and brownish building in the England like we see in old movie in 19 movie. So, and the lastly is the story development is very smooth and I like the flow of the story. Next is I want to talk about the character. So my favorite character from Araby is the boss. I like him because he show how determined and how strong his feeling for Morgan's sister. For example, he waiting anxiously for his uncle to return home and he forcefully to interact with Mr. Mercer to it show how passionate he is. And next is I like how the character the boy grow. For example, when he arrived late at Araby and it show how disappointed he is. He is finally realized the reflex of growth and the self-awareness that he finally need to grow up in the future. I want to talk about the key event in Araby. I think the way that author show the main event is very good because it show how frustrating and disappointment when the boy arrives at Araby and find out the bazaar is clearly closed. For me, I think his reaction is very natural and deeply human. For me, this story is quite different because it has no dramatic climax, just quiet and painful realization. I think this story is very good because it shows how ordinary moments can carry the profound emotion weight like something we do in our daily life. I want to talk about the story structure. For me, the story is very well organized. It has the very catchy beginning and very good middle and very emotional at the end of the story. For me, the story is very easy to follow because it has no flashback or very complicated backstory. This story catch my interest when the emotion engage to the boy's dreams and show how disappointed he is. I feel that this story show how his dream inspired my life. Talk about the outer background of the Arabic, which is James Joyce. James Joyce, born in 1882 in Dublin, Ireland. He lived and worked in various European countries at that time. For note, he created many short stories and the famous one is Usually. For Araby is a part of his celebration and his collection for Dubliners. By understanding his background, is helping me to deeply understand about his story more. Okay, next is presentation of the story Araby. For the genre of the Araby is short story, realism, and literary fiction. For me, the story is very focused in ordinary everyday life. Personally, I think the story is a bit unusually because the story has no heroine or extraordinary character. I like this story because the story is very special because it's focused on inner feeling over the action and how the simple boy navigating common experience. The last one I want to talk about the personal takeaway. So what I get from this story is when we grow up, we need to be more understanding and self-awareness about our surroundings. I like how the book realization mirror our daily life experience. So for me, I will recommend it book because its daily quality is very good and has a very simple plot for non-user reader. I think it is the best for reader to enjoy and reflect the storytelling into their daily life. I think it may not suit for those who prefer to read the action-driven plot.